No.
Joe.
This this is episode 84 of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Tommy Cresta. Alongside me, my co-host Ryan Fran. And today we are here to talk about the Super Bowl, a bunch of trailers that dropped this week, some box office news, and also episode 5 of The Last of Us. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I think my voice is still a little bit.
A little bit rattled.
A little rattled, but it's been coming back. Last night I could barely talk.
Yeah.
Just kept breaking.
Well, for those who don't know, if you don't follow football, we're a Philly-based podcast, and Ryan's a Giants fan. I'm an Eagles fan, and the Eagles actually lost the Super Bowl last night. Very sad, but what? Did you just do an L to me? I hate you. But so today's Monday. Oh yeah, I guess there's nothing really happened this week yet because it's Monday. My surgery is tomorrow. It's another L.
That's a massive L.
But then we're seeing Ant-Man on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then we're reviewing that.
How are you getting there?
My dad's driving me.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna. You're coming with me.
Perfect.
And I'm just gonna hobble up
I'm not
steps.
carrying you.
No, I'm gonna jump on
Okay,
one
perfect.
foot.
Perfect.
I can do that because the steps are where they're low enough that I can just hop really quick.
What are you gonna have, crutches?
I'll be on crutches for 2-3 weeks, I think, in a cast.
Yeah. Then you go to a boot
I go to a boot for a trip.
for months.
Dude, I cannot wait to. We're going to south of the border. I just want to get a hat and
we're
like
just gonna get a t-shirt
and like a t-shirt. But want to hop in the first bit of news?
Yeah.
So
we're not gonna talk Super Bowl now.
No.
You said we're talking Super Bowl first.
Okay, fine. So the Eagles lost the Super Bowl. It was really disappointing because the Eagles' offense. Jalen Hurts, first off, played the best game I think he has as an Eagle.
Well,
the fumble sucks.
Yes, except for the fumble.
But the fumble doesn't matter because when your defense, they probably weren't stopping them anyway.
Yeah, the defense was the number one ranked defense in the NFL. Didn't have a single stop.
35 points.
24 and a half, and not a single stop in the second half.
Yeah, especially when your team's up 10 with all the momentum going to half. That's why I feel like that's why the halftime show and everything hurts momentum for teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the Eagles all season had bad second half, but
not that bad.
Not that bad. Yeah.
Because it's normal. We talked about it, me and Matt as we're walking to the train. Normally, it's the offense slows down, but the defense keeps them that way. Keeps but this time the offense did enough, kept scoring.
Mm-hmm.
But their defense couldn't stop them, so it didn't matter. And then there was the call at the end, which it sucks. That was a terrible call.
Yeah. But
you can't put the whole season on. That just took away a chance for the fans to see a great ending.
Yeah, I agree.
It made it very okay, fine, that's it.
It was a bad call. It made one of the best Super Bowls in recent memory have a very, very anticlimactic ending.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the defense did sell that game. It's absolutely their fault. You can't put that whole game on that call.
And I know, as Eagles fans, we're especially Philly people, we're supposed to be hating on Patrick Mahomes right now. But he gave a speech after and talked about Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And I already love Patrick Mahomes. We've talked about this. But my love for him skyrocketed because Lay just said he's Jalen Hurts. He's all the doubters should shut up now. He's this guy proved and did every single thing. He's we could not stop him. And I was see, that's what I want to hear. And even the Eagles all took blame for it.
Mm-hmm.
When I hated when Cam Newton, when they lost, he wouldn't answer questions about it.
Yeah.
All you need to do is just accept that you lost. Mm-hmm. It sucks, but it was still a great season. My team went to the Super Bowl.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Your team made the playoffs. It was a really good season for both our teams.
It was.
Yeah. I'm excited for next year. I think your team has a chance to be just as good as the Eagles next year.
I agree.
Because the Eagles are losing some key fucking factors.
Yeah. But I think the only thing against the Chiefs I have right now, not even against the Chiefs, but against that game, Mahomes shouldn't have won the MVP.
No.
Pacheco should have won the MVP.
Yeah, but then they're always going to give it to the quarterback, especially he didn't do anything crazy, but he had 3 passing touchdowns. When you're just looking at the stat sheet, it looks like he had a great game.
Yeah. But that is my issue, is that they only look at the stat sheet. If he didn't have Pacheco just coming alive throughout the entire game and getting them yards that they
6 yards to carry.
Yeah. The first touchdown pass to Kelsey was a great play. The next 2 to, I think it was Tooney and
Sky Moore.
Yeah. They were both wide open. It was
the Eagles, James Bradbury and Slay got burnt.
Yeah.
Both times they lost where they were supposed to be covering. They didn't follow a flat.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's nothing against the Chiefs. It was a It was a
No,
great play
and they were
call.
smart plays because
Yeah.
they knew when they got down there, like they're going to double Kelsey, so they would motion the guy behind Kelsey. Kelsey comes up and in, that guy just runs a flat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, flat.
Yeah. But I think Pacheco was the MVP of that game
Oh
for the
no,
Chiefs,
when
100%.
because every time he got the ball, it was late, as they
Yeah.
said, 6 yards to carry. It was 6 yards, 8 yards. Then he would have like a 2 yarder, but then
Yeah.
he would have a 14-yard run,
Exactly.
and he's just so hard to tackle.
He got them downfield so that they could throw the
They could
easy
run those
touchdown passes.
plays.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to move into news now? I prefer not to keep talking about the
Yeah. Let's
Eagles
do it.
Super Bowl loss. Okay, so the first bit of news is about Avatar 2. It is officially past Titanic.
Really?
It's the third highest grossing movie of all time.
Wow.
That's insane.
That is wild.
2.3 billion. We had it at 750 to 1 bill. That's insane. We
That
were
is
so
crazy.
wrong.
Yeah. That is wild. I mean, it's a good thing though. I mean, I want to see the next 3 movies now. Really
Yeah, because
bad.
now, like, I was excited, like, getting closer and closer.
Mhm.
Now I just want to see what the fuck else are we
Yeah.
gonna do with this franchise
Did you
now?
see they I think I forget if it was a rumor or official, but they cast God, what's her name? Talissa Stark from Game of Thrones
Mm-hmm.
as I think she's like the
She's like the Fire Tribe, one of the leaders.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I did see
great. I
that.
mean, she's fantastic. So that'll be really good.
God damn, I gotta stop drinking sparkling water on the show.
Burping in the mic.
No.
You gotta stop drinking that burp water, dude.
But another thing is that you know the movie Plane?
Yeah, I saw it's
It's
getting
getting a sequel with the guy who plays Luke Cage, Mike.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the
He
way
was in
that it ends, he kind of like I think it's gonna work. It's called Ship.
Mhm.
So if you can't tell, this one's gonna take place on a ship, and I'm actually super excited because I genuinely really enjoyed Plane. Like I thought it was a really fun movie,
Yeah.
and if they stay with like they were very good with like weapon accuracy and like how people are actually gonna shoot and stuff, and the way rounds hit metal and like it's not everything's like a movie where like oh if I shoot this guy will go right through like the car can give you cover up to a certain round
Yeah.
because in movies normally like no matter what they shoot a car the car stops it. But that's not really how things go. And they used guns the right way. Like everyone always like, oh, a Barrett, like in Call of Duty. The point of a Barrett is to shoot the engine
Yeah.
in a car to kill it. That's what they were using it for. And then they did use it a couple times on people, which technically is illegal. But the way it hit people, it was realistic enough. But no,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I still haven't seen Plane, but I definitely want to watch it because it just looks fun.
It's coming to HBO Max, I think.
Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll check it out then.
I'll
But
watch it with you. It's so much fun.
it is funny when I saw Ship. The first thing I thought about was Speed 2.
That's the same
the
thing I
cruise
thought
ship.
about too.
I hope it's not like that.
It's funny how people's brains work.
Yeah.
The next bit of news is that John Wick 4's runtime has officially been revealed. It is 2 hours and 49 minutes, and we're getting a new trailer on Thursday.
Awesome. That's a good
love
thing. 'Cause
that.
if this is the last John Wick movie,
It's not.
oh, it's not.
Well, because the original, unless something changed, but the last thing was that it was going to end on 5.
Oh, really?
But that was before like the pandemic and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe they
I
changed.
thought this was it, and then they're gonna do all the spin-offs.
Or they might be doing this is John Wick Chapter 4, and then it's John Wick Chapter 5, the last chapter or something.
Maybe.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Because
Either way, I'm pumped for this movie. I love John Wick. We just rewatched him.
you're watching. Did you have to watch all of them again?
No, I haven't watched him yet. I got to get back on that with him. He's got to watch
That's
this.
gonna be so much fun for
I
you.
know.
Again.
But yeah, John Wick's one of those franchises that just came out. It was just sleeper hit, kind of. Not even a sleeper hit, but like
No
he
one
made the
thought it was
first-
gonna be what
Yeah.
it ended up being.
It's the perfect way to do like a universe where you just have one very good movie and then completely build off that. You don't need to like they didn't go into the first one making the whole Hitman universe they have now. It was just the story of the one guy, John Wick, and then that movie ended up being so good and everybody loved it. Then they were able to make all the sequels and build on that universe, which has been awesome. So I'm super excited for John Wick 4, and now that it's what is it, 2:49? You said?
2 hours and 49 minutes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, yeah, I'm super excited. I love John Wick. Now, for something, I don't know why this is happening, but Riddick 4, Pitch Black, is in
Yeah.
development with Vin Diesel set to return to the iconic sci-fi character. And I actually really enjoyed the first two.
Mhm.
They're like super early 2000s action. but they're really fun. It's like this it's a cool concept,
Yeah.
but the third one was terrible.
Was it?
So I don't know how they're making a fourth one. But hey, I gotta credit Vin Diesel getting that bag. That man
Oh
finds
yeah,
a way to
dude.
make money.
That dude makes all the money, doesn't he? He owns the Fast and Furious franchise too, so he's
I think he
just
owns a portion. I don't think he fully owns it.
yeah, probably. But I mean, he's rolling in dough.
Oh, he is.
He's retiring in like the next 5 years, and he's gonna be
He's-
fine.
He owns a yacht.
Of course he does. He's Vin Diesel.
Yes, Vin Diesel.
Brings his family on that yacht all the time.
Nothing matters more than family. This is something I know you're excited for. The Spider-Man live-action Spider-Man Noir show is in the works at Amazon.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I want
That-
Nicolas Cage to do it.
It would be cool because I mean the voice fits so well in Spider-Verse, but at the same time, it's live action,
So what?
and it would be cool seeing him as Spider-Man. But I don't know if he could, do the flips and stuff as Spider-Man.
Well, Noir doesn't have to be like that.
That is true.
That's like where I
Noir
feel like you could get away with it.
Yeah, noir is kind of like more grounded, kind of just gritty detective stuff. But
Uses a gun,
yeah, it's true.
kills people.
No, but I am excited for that.
Yeah, so
Spider-Man
I'm
Noir is
because what do we
very
have
cool.
now? This is in development. The Silk Show is in pre-production,
Yeah. And Madam Web still.
and Madam Web's in post-production.
Is it?
And going on from that, we got our first trailer for Air, the Michael Jordan story about Nike.
Mhm.
This is directed by Ben Affleck and starring Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Viola Davis, Jason Bateman. It's a packed cast.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm excited because it gave me like the way when I was watching it, it made me think of the Big Short.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded of like that style of a movie.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I mean, Ben Affleck's never directed a bad movie.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't directed in a little bit though, has he?
No, I don't think so. Do we know who's playing Michael Jordan yet? Because we see him like from the back.
Yeah, you
in
see the
trailer.
back of him.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not because I feel like that's such a weird thing. Like you want to show the guy who's playing him, but at the same time, you keep it kind of hidden, and that
Yeah.
builds more like attention to it.
Yeah.
But this is another movie that like it doesn't seem like anything crazy, but it could end up being like an Oscar movie.
No, it's a cool concept because not concept, but it's a cool story because Nike was failing, and then this completely just taking a shot on a rookie completely reinvented how they run their business. So it is a really cool story, and I think it's going to be a very good movie. Because like you said, the cast is packed. Ben Affleck directing. If this movie's bad, I'll be amazed.
I will be a little shocked.
Yeah.
But well, we are going to see Ben Affleck directing the future of the DC universe. We know that. Can you imagine he directs the Batman movie?
It better be a Nightwing movie.
I want him to direct The Brave and the Bold.
That would be nice.
I want him to direct Batman. The Peripheral, the show with Chloe Grace Moretz on Hulu, got renewed for a second season.
Gotcha.
And that's among a lot of shows because what I was just reading, it was 2022 had the shows that started in 2022. It was the largest number of first season cancellations ever.
Yeah.
Like shows were getting cut like left and right.
Especially on Netflix. Netflix was canceling a ton of shows, which is weird. Also, a show that got renewed. I don't know if you saw this yet because it came out just a couple hours ago. Velma is getting a second season. On
I did see that.
Which is I still haven't watched it because I've heard
ridiculous.
nothing but terrible things. So that's amazing. It's getting a second season.
I'm mad about that.
Yeah.
But the shows I like on Netflix, they cancel. But the one they did the Recruit with Noah Centineo. It's getting a second season.
Cool.
I'm excited. Good show. Now into the trailers that we saw last night that came out with the Super Bowl. And we're going to start with Fast 10. We got a full 3.5 minute trailer, which for trailers is insanely long.
Yeah.
And if you don't know anything about the Fast and Furious franchise, it's the MCU of muscle cars and meatheads.
That's a pretty good explanation.
It's a pretty good explanation.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say about it? Fucking burp again.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen any of the Fast and Furious movies. I've been slacking on them. So watching this trailer, it was a pretty good trailer. It looked awesome. But at the same time, there were so many reveals in that trailer of different characters and stuff, and I had no idea what was happening. I could tell something. It was supposed to be like, oh, she's back, but I have no clue who they are.
Oh my God.
It was Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
But I don't know who the character is.
She's important in like the later movies.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it looked pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they all look fun, and I get excited to watch them. You know
Mhm.
how the other day I was like, I thought you saw all the like when I had like an argument with you
Yeah.
about it. It was Sean. Sean watches all of them.
Gotcha.
But no, I think they're a fun franchise. Like it's a, it's literally a slushy movie.
Yeah.
They like grab a slushy, a large popcorn, just vibe.
Mhm.
Doesn't
Yeah,
have
they're
to
just
take
fun.
much thought.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch them eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it.
I'm
There's so
excited
many of
for
them.
I'm excited for Jason Momoa to play a villain.
Yeah. He looked pretty good.
Yeah,
Slicing the dude up and licking the knife.
yo,
That's what he
that
mean.
made me think of Dune.
Dude, Dune 2. I'm excited for Dune 2.
I'm so sad he's not going to be in it. He's the best character, Duncan. After that, we got Indiana Jones. This was during the actual Super Bowl.
Mhm.
This was a TV spot, so it was about 36 seconds or something like that, and it looked awesome.
It did.
It's just each trailer is just building my hype.
Yeah. No, I agree. The first trailer didn't have me super excited. I was excited to see Indiana Jones again, but I was worried if it was gonna be really good or not. This little trailer made me think it's gonna be very good.
Yeah, like this gave like a lot more like high quality shots of everything,
Yeah.
and the CGI looked a lot better.
Yeah, because I think they've had more time to work on the stuff since the first trailer, so
That
it
de
looked
aging. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
yeah, no, well, like what you were saying, the de-aging looked good on Harrison Ford, and I think Mads Mikkelsen too.
Yeah,
See the guy that he punched in the face?
yeah,
Yeah. So it looks a lot better. I still want a second full-length trailer,
yeah.
but yeah, no, I'm definitely more excited for this movie since that little one.
I know. I mean, I've talked about this before. I love Indiana Jones, so I'm super excited. It was actually my favorite trailer of the night. I know it wasn't yours, but we'll get to
Mhm.
yours. That's gonna be the last one we talk about
Alright.
because I feel like that's the biggest one.
Yeah. Still doesn't exist though.
Nope. Then we got Dungeons and Dragons TV spot. I was actually really excited when this movie got announced and I saw the cast.
Mhm.
It just doesn't look good.
I think it's gonna be like Mortal Kombat. It's gonna be a fun time, but not a very good movie.
Some of the CGI on those creatures just doesn't work.
Yeah. It'll be fun to just turn your brain off and watch action happen and just but it's not a video game movie, but
It's another adaptation of a game.
yeah, you can't do it perfectly. You can't put it to screen perfectly unless it's like a story game, which the whole point of Dungeons and Dragons is that the story's different every time you make your own.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it has a chance to be fun. I don't think it's gonna be very good.
No, I bet you it has like a 43 on Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah.
critically, but I bet you it has like a 77 audience.
That makes sense.
That's what I'm gonna go with. We also got Scream 6. I
Mhm.
thought this TV spot was very good.
Yeah.
It got that scene where she's climbing across the ladder.
Mhm.
That's a fear.
Suspenseful.
Yeah.
Just that little scene.
What was that noise?
I think somebody just came in.
We get robbed?
Probably not.
Probably not. It's gonna be great if someone is.
It is.
It's great content.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so Scream 6. What was I saying about? Oh, I thought it looked really good. I like the whole idea of the shrine with all the different ghost face suits.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see some of the characters coming back. And yeah, I think it looks scary. I'm excited for the new idea of like in New York City around Halloween time.
Yeah, no, I think it looked pretty good. I'm excited. I like Scream 5 a lot, so
Yeah, it was really good.
yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Then we have Creed 3. This was another really good trailer.
Mhm.
I'm super excited for this movie.
That burp order's hitting you hard.
It's hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Creed 3. I think Jonathan Majors is going to kill it. Everything that's come out of the early reactions has been positive, saying Michael B. Jordan kills it.
Yeah.
You know he does the cinematography too?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just directing.
No, he did. He wrote it, he directed it, he did the cinematography, and of course he's the star.
Yeah.
But I'm
Wow.
super excited because the first two have been great.
Mhm.
I have super high expectations for this one.
Yeah. I think it looks really good. Jonathan Majors is enormous. Like, it's insane. But I'm excited for this movie, but I do want to see how Michael B. Jordan does with
As
the
a director.
directing. Yeah, because it's his first time, and I think he can absolutely do a good job because he's been able to work with so many great directors and learn from them. But yeah, you still got to see the final product to make sure.
I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
A movie that I know this is like your favorite movie of the year. 65. We got a nice little TV spot for this. You're so excited.
I don't care about this movie at all.
I'm excited. I think it's gonna be like Like what we've said, it's like a slushy and a popcorn.
Yeah.
Now I hope it is, because if it's not scary, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It needs to like build suspense.
Mhm.
I wish they didn't show that there was dinosaurs. It would just seem like they land on like a planet and there's like creatures, like every trailer, and then you go into it and then it ends up being like that. I think that would have been a cool twist.
You know, it's called 65 like million years ago, right?
I know, but
That's the dinosaur number.
you could just said 65 and
Yeah.
no one would know.
Well, then what's the draw? I think if you
Adam
don't.
Driver landing on a crazy other planet.
No, I don't think. I mean, Adam Driver's got pull for sure, but dinosaurs have a lot more pull than Adam Driver. So you kind of have to put
Do
them together.
dinosaurs have a pool, or does Jurassic Park have pool?
Dinosaurs have a fucking pull.
You love your dinosaurs.
Everybody loves fucking dinosaurs.
I don't.
It's because you're a fucking loser.
We got a full length trailer for Guardians 3.
Yeah.
And this looked dope.
It looked really, really good.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be so sad.
I agree.
I'm sticking with my idea that Drax and Rocket are both going.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Star-Lord could too.
Think so?
Yeah.
Think he'll give up that?
I mean, there is that shot of him like crying, screaming. Somebody's dead there, whether it's Drax or Rocket.
I think it's Rocket.
I think so too.
Because they showed that shot earlier of young Rocket on like a table, like
Yeah.
that exact tube.
And they said this is Rocket's movie.
Yeah,
James Gunn said.
And not Drax. Dave Bautista already said he's like he'll never revisit this character. So how else are you gonna do it unless he?
Yeah. No, I think Drax.
Perishes.
I think Drax is gone for sure. I think Rocket's a good bet to get killed too.
Does Gamora die?
See, I don't know because she's already died before, so killing her off again would just kinda
Loki's
be like,
died like 5 times.
That's true, but that's because he's the trickster. This is a different Gamora, so it's like, do we kill her again? I don't think killing Gamora again is going to be that good. I think if Nebula dies, maybe it could be cool, but I don't know. But I think this movie's going to be very emotional. And that's what everybody's been saying about it. So very excited for this one. It's going to be a good one. I hope. Marvel hasn't been on. It's been on a cold streak recently, but I think this is the one to break it. I mean, if Ant-Man doesn't,
they have Black Panther last.
That's true.
The last 2 have been Spider-Man, Black Panther.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But then the shows, I guess, haven't been.
The shows haven't been great.
By everyone.
Nor was like Love and Thunder and stuff. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for Guardians. I love those movies. So,
favorite Marvel movie of yours.
Yeah. No,
and then, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Go.
Then the last, the last trailer we're going to be talking about today, before we get into the episode 5, The Last of Us, is the Flash trailer. We got a full Flash trailer, and holy shit!
Yeah,
looked pretty epic.
It looks very good.
And
it doesn't exist.
No, it still doesn't exist. As
They just shot those scenes from the trailer, and that was it.
I'll believe it when I sit down in the theater to actually watch it this summer.
We're gonna sit down in the theater. It's gonna come on just Rickroll. It's the whole movie.
Can you imagine the trailer plays and it's Rickroll?
Just 3 hours of Rickroll, dude.
I'd be so mad. Actually, I think I would laugh. I don't even think I'd be that mad.
Yeah, and it's just intercut with the trailer shots for where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
100%.
We see that Ben Affleck's rocking a whole different suit.
Mm-hmm.
He's riding the Bat Pod, which looks awesome.
It did look very good.
We see Zod returning. We see Sasha Calle.
Mm-hmm.
We see we see Michael Keaton. He drops his iconic line, "I am Batman," and my God, am I excited?
He does say, "I'm Batman."
He does.
That is true.
And then he fights a bunch of people.
That fighting looked awesome too. And in the trailer, they had the full theme.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman score.
Danny Elfman.
It was great. But this movie obviously isn't real, so don't get your hopes up.
It's not actually coming out. It's just a lie.
No, I think this trailer was really, really good, in my opinion. I think this movie actually has a shot at being very good. James Gunn said it was the best superhero movie he's seen in a long time. And from this trailer alone, it seems like it. I don't know. What's the runtime? Is it like...
They didn't announce a runtime yet.
It has to be long as shit.
Do you want to hear the synopsis? They released that today.
Oh, yeah.
So, worlds collide in the Flash when Barry uses his superpowers to travel back in time in order to change the events of the past. But when his attempt to save his family inadvertently alters the future, Barry becomes trapped in a reality in which General Zod has returned, threatening annihilation, and there are no superheroes to turn to. That is unless Barry can coax a very different Batman out of retirement and rescue all prisoned Kryptonian. I think they meant to write N in prison Kryptonian, but they say AL.
Mm.
Rescue a Kryptonian, albeit not the one that he's looking for, and return to the future that he knows. Barry's only hope is to race for his life, but will making the ultimate sacrifice be enough to reset the universe?
Yeah.
So even right there, they say it's resetting.
Yeah.
But I just need to know what's going to happen with Batfleck. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
how are they going to go around with that?
from the trailer, it seems like he's warning him not to go back in time. So it's obviously
that scene
before.
gave me chills when he's like,
Yeah.
I can save it, and he's like, and you can destroy everything.
Yeah. So it's obviously going to be before all like the Flashpoint stuff where he tries to go back and save his mom. But I don't know how Batfleck is going to be in the movie if that's before. Like, how is he going to go to the past with Barry and then not be changed? I don't know.
But then we also see the Zod attack from Man of Steel.
Yeah.
But then we see a whole different Zod attack
Mm-hmm.
in Keaton's world.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But how do they get to Keaton's world too? I don't know. There's a lot of questions that
The Flash ring looked dope.
Yeah, Flash ring.
The suit looked better. I feel like they scaled like down the edges.
Yeah, I feel like the mask is still a little.
It's still a little goofy.
Kind of looks like plastic.
Yeah,
plasticky almost, but
it looked better than it did in that first trailer.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I think the thing with Supergirl, I think it's going to be, since they said in the synopsis they're going to save a Kryptonian, but not the one they're thinking of. I think it's going to be like, because her whole thing is that she didn't go to Earth. She was kind of lost in space for a while. I think it's going to be that Zod captured her at some point, and
that's what I was thinking.
They're going to save her from Zod, and then she's going to fight back.
I hope that she is Supergirl for the future, because just in this trailer, I'm excited to see her.
She looked awesome.
I like the part where they're flying and he's taking the video of her.
Yeah.
Even though I want to punch them in the face, Ezra Miller.
Both of them.
Well, Ezra Miller is.
No, I know what you meant.
You're throwing me off. But yeah, is there anything else you want to mention about the? Oh, I thought Keaton's suit looked good.
Yeah.
I wish they kind of went back to the original suit.
I kind of wish he had a beard.
They're not gonna ever do.
Because he definitely just like a nice little thin gray beard. Because you can tell he's older. Obviously, he's Michael Keaton, but like.
Yeah, he's retired as Batman.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean there's a Batman Beyond?
Do not get me excited. Don't do it.
And Gunn said we're gonna figure out who Batman is at the end of this. For the DC universe.
Did he?
Yeah.
So there's gonna be 3 Batmen in this?
It might just be a post-credit scene.
Yeah, but there's no way. I mean, I doubt it's gonna be Affleck.
Yo, can you imagine?
It could be Affleck. It's not gonna be Keaton.
Can you imagine he comes back and it's just Jeffrey D. Morgan walks in? It's because in this new change of time,
it's gonna be older.
Yeah, it's older, and Bruce got killed instead of him. That's how Jeffrey Dean became
Thomas Wayne. Oh shit, that'd be
cool. That's a cool little theory.
Well, but then for Brave and Bold, or do you mean like keep the timeline going as an Elseworld thing, or
like it sets up like an Elseworld?
Okay, then yeah, that would be sick. I thought you meant for like the DCU like main thing.
I just need to know how if this is the end for Batfleck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming Aquaman takes place before the Flash.
I mean, it must,
because he's in that. Remember, he took the picture with Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah. I guess so. What else is? There's one other thing that's coming out from before Gun, right? Or is it just Aquaman?
Oh yeah,
there's something.
Shazam.
Right.
But that's coming out before the Flash.
Right.
I'm 90% sure Aquaman is supposed to come out before the Flash.
Oh, is it?
Or it was originally set to come out, but now it's not.
Gotcha.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff with this timeline right now.
Yeah.
But then after the Flash, we'll know what the timeline is.
Yeah. I think with Aquaman, it's like it was supposed to come out before the Flash probably, but at this point, it's more expensive than like Batgirl where they can't cancel it.
Yeah.
Because Warner Brothers can dump $90 million down the drain.
Can't
which
dump
sucks.
$350 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, before we get into the last stuff, what do you think the Flash is going to do at the box office? Does it make its money back?
What's the budget?
$350 million.
$350? I think it will. Because you have the pull for older generation with Keaton. You have just superhero money in general. You have a Supergirl, which people have been wanting for a long time. So that's going to get some people.
People hate Ezra Miller.
That is true. But
people also love Batfleck. People love Keaton.
Yeah. But I think the Ezra Miller hate is not gonna outweigh everything
The
else.
love for all these other
Yeah,
characters.
Batfleck, Keaton, Supergirl, all that. I think they're gonna get a lot. I think it's gonna make a lot of money. I can see making like,
I think it has a slow start, and I think if it's good,
Mhm.
it does what Avatar did. It has
Yeah.
a slow, but then it starts building a
yeah. I don't think
continuous
it
run.
crosses. It might
I don't think
cross
it's
a
being a
billion.
billion movie. I think it's gonna make like 700.
Yeah,
If I'm
that's what I
hoping
was
it makes
thinking.
700. If it comes out and it's not great, like it's like a 65,
It's making like
I bet it
4
makes
best.
like 400 mil.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else you want to add about the Flash?
No, I mean, it doesn't exist. I don't believe in it. The Flash. I love the Flash, so I just need them to do him right.
The running scenes look dope.
Yeah, because the Flash. I don't think I ever told you this before. The Flash is one of my favorite superheroes.
We have had this conversation.
Super speed is like the coolest thing to me. If I could pick a power, super speed, 100%.
That's when you watch The Boys.
Yeah,
It doesn't look very fun.
because you can't beat it unless you're like Homelander or Superman.
Yeah, I was gonna
but,
say unless you're Superman,
you know, I don't want that much pressure on me.
or if you're Larry the
Larry the
demon.
Lobster,
No, the what are the demon things from Justice League?
the Parademon.
Yeah, they called the one that shoots Barry. They nicknamed it Larry.
Really?
Larry the Parademon. He was Employee of the Month.
That was a crack shot, dude.
Well, because if you watch, he keeps going like this with the gun
Mhm.
because there's like a spot where like he hits like a jolt
Yeah.
and he just aims at it and then eventually just shoots at it.
Mhm.
I watched that movie. I watched the last hour the other day. Just threw it on.
How many times have you watched that movie?
In whole, once.
Really?
Mhm.
That's it?
I've watched the end. I've watched like the last hour like 40 times.
Yeah.
Because the last hour is the best part.
It is great.
Just the epic ending.
Yeah.
And then you get the Joker scene in the end. So much fun. I hate that I can quote that. My mom was like, "Are you quoting this right now?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, ready to hop into episode 5 of The Last of Us?
Yep.
Okay. I should probably pull up HBO Max.
Probably should.
What's this one titled?
Endure and survive.
You take the helm on this.
Yeah. So we open up with kind of like a prologue to the last episode where you see Kathleen's gang. I guess, are they Fireflies? I guess they are. Maybe they're just like a different group of people who.
I don't know if they're Fireflies. I think that they're literally just like normal people.
Yeah, they're just
who are
the
sick and
QZ
tired
people.
of the
Yeah.
QZ.
Because they say
Fedra.
Henry says, and Joel says, like, there's a rumor Kansas City is the worst. And Henry says, like, yeah, the Kansas City Fedra were absolutely the worst, just raping, killing, do whatever they want. So it opens with a violent revolution, basically, and it is awesome. Like, it is crazy. They're smashing bottles, they're executing people, hanging guys. It's crazy.
They were not hanging that guy. They were lifting him up.
Let me see. Give me a sec. All right, he smashed the guy. He smashed the bottle on the guy's head. Just shot that dude in the face. Very nice. Yeah, no, they're probably
Lowering the man in the fire.
Yeah, no, that's oh man,
That's
that
worse.
sucks. Yeah, and then you see Henry and Sam hiding behind a dumpster, and they're dragging that body, which has like 80 knives stuck in it. Dude, they don't fuck around. It's crazy. It was a really, really crazy opening. I mean, obviously, like, even though I think from the games, what I've gathered, it's different because Fedra is kind of chasing you from at least most of the beginning of it. But I feel like in the show, we haven't learned to dislike Fedra as much because we've really just been told about it. And there was that guy in the first episode who Joe was kind of like dealing stuff with, and he almost shot Ellie in the end of the episode. And then in this episode, we just kind of are told that Fedra's bad. But I feel like as somebody who hasn't played the games and just is watching the show, I'm not really against Fedra as much as I think I should be. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Like, I get they're bad guys, but I haven't seen them do much bad. I've only been told.
Well, because Fedra's this is who they fight in this mission in the game, but they don't have like a story.
Yeah, it's
They're
just
like a wall of enemies.
Yeah, it's just bad guys. Yeah, but yeah, I think Fedra, just because they're not really in it that much, I haven't really gotten. Like, I get it, they're bad guys, but I haven't seen that they're bad guys really. You know what I mean?
Your time's coming, my friend. Your time's coming.
I get it. I'm gonna catch some flack from that, but I haven't played the games, so I'm just saying from my perspective, from just watching the show, that's how I feel about Fedra. I get they're bad guys, but I can't think of like a thing to compare it to right now. But I don't know. I kind of felt bad when that guy was getting launched into the fire.
I didn't.
I mean, they said he was probably a terrible dude, which, you know, I'm sure he was. But at the same time, I haven't seen them do anything bad, really.
These people
So,
aren't any better though. It's just
yeah.
like with everything. Like the quote, like the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Like these people are like, oh, Fedra's so bad, and then they come out and do the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The only thing I've really seen Fedra do is you see them hanging people in the beginning, but at the same time, it's like martial law, like they broke the law, they're going to get hung, which, yeah, it sucks for them. But at the same time, when you're just trying to save humanity, basically, you can't really blame them for doing that. And then I've seen them get attacked by terrorists and fight back, and that's all I've seen from Fedra. So I don't really dislike Fedra that much,
They
just
killed a
from the
kid.
show. What kid?
The kid that like, oh,
They
you want
did kill the kid. The
toys?
kid was
And
infected though. I would have done the same thing. I would have capped that kid, dude. I'm not getting bit.
yeah, but he wasn't showing signs of
I
infection.
don't give a
You could
fuck.
just send him back out.
And then there's an extra zombie out there.
Yeah,
I don't want to worry about that.
you're gonna worry about that little kid killing you.
Yeah.
I mean, there was.
Did you see what the little kid did in
the
this
little
episode?
clicker? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting fucked up by that kid, dude.
So, do you know the 4 levels so far that we've seen of infected? There's 4.
Yeah, it's regular infected, and
Runner.
there's what's it called? Stalker,
Runner, stalker.
clicker, bloater.
Yep.
Are those the only 4s or another one?
I want to say that there's another one,
Okay.
but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
I won't say for sure. But
I want to see an animal get infected though, because it definitely can happen. I'm waiting for like just a fucking grizzly bear to come out. Like, dude, a clicker grizzly bear.
there's gonna be a sequel to fucking Cocaine Bear.
Really?
Yeah, you know how they found all those pounds of cocaine
Oh, I
in
saw
the
Cocaine
ocean?
Shark.
Yeah, they're gonna do
Shark.
Cocaine Shark.
Fuck yeah.
It says it's just gonna be Jaws on cocaine.
So excited for that. Dude, they should just make the cocaine verse.
The cocaine
Cocaine
verse.
universe. Just get every animal you can. Get like a parakeet and just peck people's eyes out, dude.
Did you see that? Did you see that gorilla that threw the bottle back at the girl at the zoo?
Yeah.
And the girl was all crying. I was like, "Why the fuck did you throw it in there?"
Dude, animals are awesome.
Cut her eye open.
Did it?
Yeah, she was bleeding on down her face. Shouldn't have done it.
Don't
And
throw
it broke
fucking-
her phone.
Yeah, don't throw a Coke bottle to the chimpanzee, dude. He's not gonna like it.
Wing it right back at you. Back to The Last of Us, though. Okay, so I get like Kathleen's like a pretty important character.
Mhm.
I did not like her.
No, I didn't either.
I did not.
I think this episode was much better than the last one, but still, like the whole speech she has about her brother being killed and like he was kind of like the only person who ever looked out for her and stuff like that. I get it, and I thought the scene was well acted by her. I forget her name right now, but I thought she did a really good job in that scene. But I still don't think that saved the character at all. I think she was just kind of a villain who was put in there to give, like you said, this from the games, just the nobodies to give them a face, and I don't think it worked very well. She just felt like the villain. You know what I mean? She didn't feel like a human. She just felt like this is the villain character. You're not supposed to
Yeah,
sympathize
don't
with her at
like this
all.
person.
Yeah,
This is the bad guy right now.
even though
Bad
they
girl.
tried to get her to, they tried to get us to sympathize with her a little bit from that whole speech
I
about
never
her brother.
sympathize with
I
them.
didn't at all. It just didn't work for me. And I think I don't know. I don't want to say it's the actress's fault because I thought she was good and she's a good actress. It's kind of a writing thing as well. I don't know. It was just a weird character. I don't
agree.
think it fit very well.
Trying to find her name.
Melanie Linsky.
Yes.
Yeah. Good actress. She did a good job. I just don't think the character was very strong.
I agree. I do think Lamar Johnson as Henry was one of the best castings of the show.
Absolutely.
He was so good.
He was phenomenal.
And the kid who plays Sam, I need to give him credit.
Yeah.
What was your name?
Kayvon Woodard. Woodard. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Kayvon Woodard.
Yeah, but from the games they made, I've seen they made Sam much younger as well as being deaf, which, like they were saying in the whole the behind the scenes stuff at the end, it just adds an extra layer of like I can't think of the right word. He has to look at Henry, his older brother, for everything.
Yeah.
He doesn't even notice like when during the sniper scene where they're getting shot at, he doesn't react to the bullets. He reacts to Sam because
Yeah.
he reacts to Henry, because he has no idea what's going
Yeah,
on.
because he doesn't
Which
hear the bullet.
yeah, it just adds an extra layer of, you know, kind of hopelessness to their situation, to at least Sam's situation, because he is 100% reliant on his brother.
This episode's so good.
It was.
I like the scene when Perry pretty much explains to her like, how is this the most important thing right now? Like, why are we going through building for building when we could just wait at the
Yeah.
edge?
And looking for just these two guys.
Did you like Frog Dog?
I like Frog Dog. Frog Dog is the
For
man.
everyone who doesn't know what Frog Dog is, go follow Princess Queen Dog, Frog Princess on Instagram. It's the cutest dog.
It's the cutest dog ever.
I fell into a loophole with them yesterday, and I went through that whole Instagram account. Just not loophole, rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
I like when Sam shows Henry the drawing of the superhero, and he like says he wants to be one.
Mm-hmm. Super Sam.
This episode was so sad.
It was. Yeah. And then I like that we kind of saw the doctor. Like, again, it didn't really add anything for me.
That's who it
But
was.
yeah, it
God
was the
damn it!
doctor that.
I was watching with Sean. I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" He was in something. It was
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, he was the guy who got executed by Kathleen. But I think, again, they tried to add like an extra layer of this guy was helping them and he was protecting them even more. It was just retroactively adding to that character, I guess. But I don't know. The guy was only in 5 minutes of the show and then he gets capped. So again, didn't really feel too bad for him.
Nope.
But yeah, we get more scenes with Sam and Henry kind of,
Bonding.
trying to decorate the room a little bit so Sam feels a little more at home and not as terrified. I like how the whole time Henry is just watching, like studying the ruse and stuff. It's smart because he has to get out of there somehow and he has to memorize where they're going to be, when they're going to be there, and how they can escape.
Yeah, and we see them. We see that doctor gives them a bunch of food, and as they're eating, they run out of food, and they're waiting for the doctor to come back. But as we know, as the audience, the doctor was killed. And eventually we have to leave, so they go back to the front door. He hops up to see it, and he sees Joel shoot the two guys.
Yeah. Which again, Sam doesn't react to at all because
Mm.
he can't see it.
He's just scared because Henry drops down really quick.
Yeah. And I like that, I don't think in that scene in the last episode you can see Henry through the window, but you can see that door frame.
You can?
Yeah.
Did you go back and look?
No, I just saw it on like a TikTok or something. I was like,
Mm.
that's neat. He was right there. But yeah. And then we see them sneaking into Joel and Ellie's room. You like that monkey?
I did like the monkey with the blue banana.
That's
But
the mythical blue banana, dude.
we then watch Henry and Sam go up into the high rise that they're in, and we know that they don't have any ammo now.
Yeah.
Their guns are empty.
Mm-hmm.
And I love when he gives him the gun. Sam points it towards him. He's like aims it back towards the front. And then we see exactly where the last episode ended with Ellie with the gun in her face, and then with Sam and the gun of Joseph.
Mm-hmm. Joel's face.
I burped. I couldn't get my word. I'm never drinking sparkling water again during an episode.
Got that burp water, dude.
Ow! But
What the hell was that?
what the hell was even that?
Who do you think you are? I am.
So then we watch as pretty much they're trying to talk their way out of getting shot, and Ellie's like, "I'm sorry, he's just a dick. I'm sorry."
He just has an asshole voice.
Wait,
That was funny.
Wait, what does he say? He goes, Joel has a great one line.
This is riveting entertainment.
I'm sorry.
Just waiting for the line.
Well, I can't find the line. And pretty much,
I think he just says everything is fine, and Allie's like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
yeah, she's like,
He says it like an asshole.
fuck. And we see them eat together, and they're pretty much just talking, learning about one another. And then we got one of my favorite scenes of the episode is when Joel and Henry are at the window, just having the conversation, explaining how they're going to get there. And they talk about the tunnels and everything. They talk about how the tunnels were filled with infected, but to his knowledge, as he was told that there's no one down there anymore.
Yeah.
And the whole time Sam's just drawing, and then Sam eventually is like, "What are they saying to us?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "He's saying that they're gonna help us."
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he kind of like forces them into it.
Yeah. It's also impressive. I don't know, Lamar Johnson, I can't, fact check the use of ASL on this because I don't know it. But if he learned it for this role, he did a
He is
fantastic
doing
job.
it.
'Cause it looked good.
From the little bit I learned,
Mhm.
like in high school, from taking a child development class and
Yeah.
like learning about this kind of stuff. I was so happy. I was like, I know some of these
Yeah.
words.
The only thing I know is friend. Is that
Friend,
friend. That's the only thing I know. I know that.
bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah, that was a fun one. What was that from?
I learned it from someone who has new sign language.
Was it? It
They
was in
showed
like
it.
it was in a show like I
Really?
watched like a month ago. Yeah. It was in something.
And I
Shit.
like when they go down into the underground, like the house rules, which is in the game. Just it looks a little bit different. They changed
Mhm.
how it looked,
Yeah.
but I love watching them play soccer together, which is a thing you can do as Joel's walk around. And you see them playing soccer
Yeah,
together.
straight from the game. And there's also that little poster with the two names on it. I forget what it is. It's like Ish and something else, which I've seen a lot of people who play the games like
It's
kind
something
of
from the game.
freak out about that. But again, I don't know what it means. Probably just a good Easter egg they put in there. So I don't know. But dude, watching this with Anthony, when they walked in the room, he was going, "Holy shit! No way they're doing this! I didn't think they were gonna do this." I was like, "What's going on?" I was so confused.
Why was he? Why, I wonder
I
why
don't
this is
know.
the thing he didn't think
He
they would
freaks
do.
out about the most random stuff. Like the smallest thing will happen to be like, "Holy shit!"
I liked earlier in the episode, Joel calls him a rat, but then he's like, "I didn't know that you were collaborating with Fedra before these people for your brother."
Yeah, yeah. And I like the scene in the little like underground bunker place where Joel and Henry kind of have a time to just talk to
Yeah,
each other.
that's the scene I'm talking about.
Yeah, it kind of adds to their relationship, but also I think it adds to Joel and Ellie's relationship too, with Henry talking about how he has to be so protective of Sam. It makes Joel think more about protecting Ellie.
Yeah,
So
because every episode, their relationship has grown every
yeah,
episode.
totally. And I think this scene did a really good job without directly showing Joel, you know, talking to Ellie specifically. You can see it in his face. He's thinking about her the whole time as Henry's talking. So really good acting from Pedro Pascal and just great writing from Druckmann and um, what's his name?
Come on,
It's not Craig Mazin.
there
There you
you
go.
go.
Yeah, Chernobyl's fantastic. You still gotta watch
I
Chernobyl.
know. Um, we already talked about the scene with Kathleen. We're not going to go back through where she explains like her brother and how he died.
Yeah.
And then we start getting into the interesting stuff. This is at the 36-minute point at an hour and 7-minute episode. And it's when they kind of end up in this town because they ended up not going through the tunnels fully.
No, they went through the tunnels.
They don't go through all of them
I thought
because
they
then they
did.
eventually go up because they stay in that room.
Did they?
Because
Okay.
he said we should keep moving. He's like, why don't we just stay here?
I thought they went through and there just weren't any infected. He was right, but I don't know.
There weren't any. Think about what happens later in this
Well,
episode.
not in the tunnel.
That's where they came from. They
I
came
thought they
from
were
in.
just kind of. I thought they just kind of like burrowed down there somewhere. They're like rabbits just digging holes.
No, they're in part
Dude,
of the tunnel.
in my head canon, they got like a whole tunnel system they're just going through. 100%.
You like groundhogs.
Yeah.
And
That's
but
clickers of groundhogs.
as they're walking through the town, they're just walking, joking around. All of a sudden, a sniper shoots at them.
Yeah.
And as you were saying, Sam doesn't really react to it because Sam can't hear any of this.
Yeah.
And Joel's trying to figure out where the shots are coming from. Joel eventually sets up a plan for them to move.
And I like that Joel, because this scene, Anthony made me play the game afterwards. This scene is so different from the game because Joel says in the scene, it's nighttime, this guy has shit aim. In the game, it's fucking Chris Kyle. The dude
And it's
does not miss.
daytime.
Yes, it's daytime, and the dude will shoot you through walls and stuff. And there's also like 20 people just roaming around trying to find you as you're walking through. It is hard.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
I watched Delirious play that.
Yeah, it's not easy, but
It
Joel runs through it.
it took him like an hour and a half gameplay to
Yeah,
get through that mission.
it's so hard, and of course, Ant put it on the highest difficulty at first. I was just getting capped immediately. Yeah,
And we eventually see Pedro Pascal Joel eventually does take out the old man, but you can see he doesn't want to kill the guy.
yeah.
He tells him like, "Don't just put the gun down. Like I don't want to do
Mhm,
this. I don't want to do this." And then they do a famous trope in movies and TV. They cut away when the gunshot goes off.
yeah,
But we all know Joel's fine.
mhm, and I like that every time that happens where they cut away from Joel doing stuff, it goes straight to Ellie because, again, Joel killed the guy, and Joel's probably done that before. It's not really gonna affect him. It's more about how it affects Ellie knowing that this is the guy who's supposed to protect me, and he's a monster. Not a monster, but he's not here to save people. He's here to get me to point A to point B, and that's it.
Yeah, and he feels bad.
Yeah.
Like you can see on his face when he's picking up the rifle, he didn't want to do it.
Mhm. It was funny too because that scene, Anthony just the first thing he said was, "Oh, sniper unlocked."
Yeah, because for those who don't know, the cover of the game is him holding that rifle.
Yeah. But then after that, Kathleen and the whole militia comes through with finally we get the payoff from the truck. Just the run on the bulldozer
Yeah,
on front.
and Joel just yelling, "Run!"
Yeah, it was sick. But again, like the fact she brought everyone with
She's a
her,
petty bitch.
she is, and I get it. It probably was her brother was the leader of them. Everybody said he was a great man. He was the best guy ever. Even Henry says it. But I think when he died, it basically just got passed down to her, the leadership.
But they all said that she was a better leader than he ever was.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just her bringing everyone to this. I get it. She didn't think the effect was going to be there, which was the downfall ultimately. They had Henry locked down. He was going to die, and then kind of Deus Ex Machina, but in a bad way.
And as we were talking about, we see that Kathleen eventually gets Henry to come out and give himself up, and they're all just and Henry comes out, and finally I hate when they do this in movies. They cock the gun.
Mhm.
If there is a gun, if there is a mag in there, most likely. I don't know why you would have a bullet in the chamber already, but if you do have a bullet in the chamber, you just lost a bullet for no reason. But then all of a sudden, the truck falls in the ground, and a horde comes out
Yeah,
underneath the ground.
which I didn't expect
It
at
was
all.
terrifying.
Yeah. I thought from the trailer from last week, I thought it was just going to be the big guy, the bloater.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like him and maybe a few infected running out of them. I did not at all expect the horde.
Did you know like
So many of them.
98% of those? Well,
It was real people.
yeah, that's real people.
And
There's
look,
like small bits that are CGI'd in.
I think the ones that kind of like stumble out and get stepped on are probably CGI, but everybody who's running
That's
is,
real.
I mean, it is awesome.
I love watching Joel shoot them.
Yeah.
That felt so much like the game. Like
Yeah.
just getting Joel to shoot.
Mm-hmm. Also, just seeing like the whole firing squad and zombies, it's always going to be cool. It's so sick. It
I
was
know.
that
And
payoff.
my one thing I've been saying the whole time is I want them to show more violence.
Mhm.
They definitely
It
gave me
was,
every bit of violence I wanted.
yeah, that was the payoff that we've been waiting for just a scene to finally show us like super balls to the wall action.
Such a good scene. It's so scary.
Yeah, and then
Ellie eventually climbs into the truck
yeah,
to get away, and a little girl clicker climbs in after. Oh my god! It
that
was
was a gymnast.
really.
She was flipping over the seat. Well, I'm just saying, 'cause she was
Wow.
flipping over the seats.
Maybe it's the girl from Barry.
Maybe it was.
That's one of my favorite episodes of TV. Oh, you know the scene with Perry when it's in slow motion as the bloater's coming out?
Yeah, that.
All I thought about was Lord of the Rings because it looked so dated the way they did it. It felt
Yeah,
like Aragorn slow motion.
Mhm.
Faramir starts getting hit with all the arrows.
yeah, because they obviously
Poor man.
use the camera with a lower frame rate, so when you go into slow mo, it's not going to look as crisp. But
Look crisp, everything else.
yeah, I mean the slow mo, like when the bloater comes out, they had higher frame rate on
Yeah,
that,
that
so it
looked
looked better. It
great.
looked awesome. But
Yeah, the frame rate just looks so early 2000.
yeah,
My boy Perry didn't deserve this.
dude, I thought he was gonna like at least try to do something. He put the gun. had to
You know how he does it,
now.
right? He's not like twisting and pulling off.
Oh, he just rips it. From
No,
the jaw.
he grabs the jaw and pulls it in half.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that little girl clicker was frightening.
That's awesome. I like that Joel's trying to get a shot on it the whole time too. He just can't.
So scary.
He was.
Little kids, they're so frightening in these kind of things.
Mhm.
But eventually, she gets out of the car. I skipped too far.
Yeah.
And as
Then,
they start running away, and
well,
Kathleen,
she sees Henry and Sam
yeah,
in front of the car, and she finally stabs one in the neck, which I'm sure a lot of game players would be happy about that. I've seen a few kills from that. That's
yeah,
the best way to do it. But
and they eventually get back together, Henry, Sam, and Ellie.
mhm.
And as they're running, Kathleen pulls a gun on them. She catches up to them, and then that little girl clicker comes in perfectly in time and kills her.
Mauls her.
It mauls her.
Yeah. Again, like, although it was cool seeing Kathleen die finally, but like it was an awesome kill. It was kind of goofy how it was the same little girl. The one little girl is the one to take down the bad guy. It's just a trope
Yeah,
that I'm not a huge fan of. But again, like, it doesn't matter. It was
it
a
might
cool.
have also been trying to follow Ellie
Yeah, probably.
because it wanted Ellie.
Mhm. It was a cool scene either way, so I'm not upset about it. It's just kind of a trope I don't like, where it's just the
You
one,
see one, and then like
it's
you get
that's
away
the
from it, but
one.
then it ends up killing the
Yeah,
bad person.
especially when there's like a whole horde and any one of them could have killed her, but it has to be that one that we already saw.
Yeah,
It's just a little thing. It's not a problem. It's just
yeah.
I don't know.
And then they're at the hotel now, and Joel tells Henry, he's like, hey, like if you need to, you can like come with us, but he doesn't know how to word it because he's not very emotional.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I would love that. I'll tell Sam in the morning. He talks about how it's good for Sam to have friends because now he has Ellie.
Mhm.
And we see Ellie and Sam are reading a comic book together. I said Sam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam and Ellie are doing a. I thought it was funny that she was making noises. The
Oh,
whole time I
yeah.
was like, this kid's sitting there like, what the fuck are you saying? He's like, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, she's trying to read it to him, but I like how he writes on the thing. I don't know what that thing's called.
So there's like a black sheep below.
No, I know it's like I had one of those
Yeah,
when I was a kid. I
those
know
things
how
are
it
dope.
works, but I don't know what they're called. But it is smart they have that because you don't have to get more paper
More paper,
eventually.
just use
So
it once.
it's
Gotta be
very
careful you don't
useful.
rip that one piece of paper though.
Oh yeah, it's very useful. So, but I like how Sam asks Ellie on it, "Do you ever get scared?" And she's honest with him. She says, "I'm scared of being alone," which by the end of the episode really hits home because you know.
Yeah, and we see he explains why he's scared. Sam at some point during that horde got bit on his leg.
Yeah.
And now he's like, wait, I'm the cure. She wipes her blood on him, which if you know anything, that's not how you do.
She's obviously not a doctor, so
And he gets infected, but she says she'll stay up with him all night. And eventually they go to bed.
yeah. She falls asleep in the chair watching him, and in the morning we see him sitting on the end of the bed,
Not facing camera.
Yeah.
Which, if you know anything about zombies or any creature kind of films or shows, normally something like that isn't going to end well. And it doesn't, as Sam is infected and he attacks Ellie. And that sends them into the room with Joel and Henry.
Mhm.
And Ellie's pretty much trying to fight for her life as Sam's whooping her ass.
Yeah. And I like that Joel and Henry wake up at the same time, but the gun's kind of in between them, and Henry dives on the gun
And then he shoots
immediately.
at Joel's feet.
Yeah, because he's not trying to save Ellie at that moment. He's trying to protect Sam, but once he realizes,
That's
I
not
don't
Sam
even think
anymore.
he thought it was Sam. I think he's like, oh, that's an effect that I have to shoot that, and then just the realization of what he did. Again, God, what's his name? Lamar Johnson was fantastic.
This
in
was the
scene.
best acted scene of the show so far.
Yeah, I agree. This was, I mean, perfect. I've seen pretty much unanimously people are saying this is better than it was in the game.
It is better than it was. I said the same thing to Sean.
Yeah.
When he's just like, just give me the gun. Henry, please just give me the gun.
Yeah. And Henry's saying, what did I do? And he's asking Sam if he's okay. And then finally,
Well, even if Sam was alive, he's not going to hear you. What do you guys? I'm not even gonna make the joke. I'm not making fun of Sam. I'm making fun of Henry.
Yeah, but I mean, the scene, it
And eventually, Henry turns the gun on himself.
yeah, this scene it stuck with me for like
Her scream
days.
stuck with me.
Her scream was fantastic. Just the blank expression of like just
It was
it's not
like the
even
look of like, what the fuck?
it's not even shock. It's just pure terror because she knows what happened, but she just can't.
Do you
She
think she
can't
blames
process.
herself?
I don't know. If she blames herself as much as she just kind of maybe thinks she maybe could have done something. I don't know. I don't think she blames herself, but she is definitely, you know, this is gonna fuck her up for a very long time. It would fuck anybody up for a long time.
Yeah, and then we see they dig a grave for them and give them a proper burial.
Yeah.
And then Ellie walks away. She asks which way is west. West
Well, she writes "I'm sorry" on the
on
little
the pad
notepad thing, but yeah, and that I mean, Joel seeing that it hit home for him because
because that's what he thinks about his daughter.
yeah.
He said he's thinking how sorry he was.
And then Ellie walks away and she calls out for him like, "Hey, let's go!" And you see him; he's shocked for a moment, like he just. This is an emotional finale
I
to this
like
episode.
I like the small details like him tucking in it. Like normally it would cut and you'd have the jacket like tucked in like that
Yeah.
into his backpack sling, but they just use every little detail in this show,
hmm
which makes it feel more natural. And then eventually it's them walking away and it fades to black.
Yeah.
And next episode is going to be crazy because we're going to see Tommy again.
hmm
Very exciting.
Yeah.
And let's just say it's not going to be a very happy episode again.
No,
It's not going to be as depressing as this one.
but I'm sure
Still
it's
not going
not
to be
going
a
to be fun.
happy. But yeah, I think this is the best episode of the series so far.
I agree.
I think the violence was very good. It was tense. It was sad. It
Yeah.
did everything for me, and it even made me laugh because some of the jokes are very good, like
Mhm.
when they're messing around with each other, and it felt natural, which helps the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anything you want to add?
No, I mean, again, just you said his name 5 times already, but Lamar Johnson was
He was the standout
perfect.
this episode.
Yeah, he was. There's not a single fault I can have against him in this episode. Well, yeah, just this episode. He was perfect as Henry, as well as Sam Kayvon Woodard. I hope
It
I'm
is
pronouncing.
Woodard. You're
Yeah,
doing good.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But he was also fantastic.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought he did. I thought they were everyone in this episode except for Kathleen. I just felt like that was like a little bit of a writing and not having a backstory with that and someone to look at.
Melanie Linsky was fine, but
Yeah, I think maybe she was just a little not the right casting and the writing just probably wasn't great.
it was just a weak character.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
But all in all, I thought this episode was great. Anything you want to add before we do our suggestion of the week? Because I didn't ask for fan questions, so we just got a suggestion of the week this week.
Yeah, suggestion of the week. That's a tough one.
I'm going to recommend American Graffiti.
Of course you are.
What's wrong with that?
Such a loser.
Fine.
No,
I'll
there's nothing
recommend
wrong
the
with that. You can
Crystal
recommend
Skull. Actually, I'm going to recommend Revenge of the Sith. It's
I'm
on
gonna recommend
Disney
Attack of the
Plus.
Clones.
I don't hate Attack of the Clones.
I'm gonna kill you.
I hate one Star Wars movie,
Which one?
Rise of Skywalker.
It's the only one.
That I hate. Like, I really do not like that movie. Like, I don't think The Phantom Menace is good. I don't hate it.
Yeah, but there is that last scene.
What do you mean?
The
Yeah, like the duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Attack of the Clones' duel is even badass.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Hard as shit in the Lego Star Wars game. We
It
were
is
struggling.
Still haven't finished that.
No, I played a couple missions like a month ago
Gotcha.
because you didn't want to play with me.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I'll recommend Gone Girl. Ben Affleck.
Great fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's a good
Killer.
one. That might be your best suggestion of the week.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Well, anything you want to add for a little outro?
No.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning into this episode. Make sure to listen to us on Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere else you can find podcasts, really. And make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Spotify. And yeah, we will see you on this episode will probably come out Friday or Saturday, and then another episode will come out Sunday.
All right.
So we're doing 2 this week.
Cool.
And then, yeah, that will be Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania.
God, I hope that movie's good.
Same. But yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
you guys then.
See ya.